Hey, what's good, family? This your boy Pat Santa. Come on, this is the Real Word with our co-host, my brother.
What's up, y'all? This is your co-host, Ricard Well. Welcome to the 22nd episode of the third season of The Real Word. Shout out to everybody that's been supporting. Shout out to everybody that's just been following. Last week's episode did over 31,000 views in less than a week. So shout out to everybody that watched last week's episode live on Facebook. Shout out to the whole Brick Network that stay playing us every Thursday at 4 p.m. on cable TV. Check your local cable listings. Shout out to our Instagram. That's at therealwordtv on Instagram. That's at therealwordtv on Instagram. Shout out to everybody that subscribed to the YouTube. Over 700 subscribers on the YouTube. That's www.youtube.com/C for channel /therealwordtv. That's the Real Word TV on YouTube. And you go support, donate to us at GoFundMe.com/therealword. That's GoFundMe.com/therealword. But we got two special guests here with us today. Introduce yourself, gentlemen.
Peace, peace. This is Hawk Williams, master of all, jack of none. Love is love.
Barry Jetta, aka B Radical Genius, aka Mr. Jet, master engineer, representing Jet Force.
So before we begin, tell me about yourself, because I know you was here the last time. So my brother,
He's
my
been here
Haitian
twice, so shout out to him.
twice. So my Haitian
Yeah,
brother,
thank you.
let the people know what you're about and everything like that. Tell the people who you're about and everything like that, my brother.
Peace and love. I go by Hawk Williams. I'm a father of a young daughter named Mia Malani, 3 years old. Recently, I had an art exhibition this past weekend in Clinton Hills, Brooklyn, where I showed my exhibition called The Hawk Effect, which is a metamorphosis of myself. I use media, pictures, paintings, different forms of media to express my metamorphosis. I do a lot of different things. That's why I say I'm a jack of none and master of all. I feel like right now, as you said earlier, this is our time. We're the Renaissance men. I can tell you just 5 different things. I just met this brother. I'll do 5 different things. So do you. And it's our time, So I do video editing. Listen, man, it's the master of all, jack of none, pretty much.
That's what's up. That's what's up. My brother, anything you want to say to the people?
I just want to say, how you guys doing? And peace and love.
Okay. Any updates prior before when YG came and everything like that? What any updates with what's been going on with you and everything like that with projects and stuff?
Of course. So, what is it? March 14th. What is this, Thursday?
Today's Monday.
March 14th.
Yeah.
It's Thursday, right? Yeah, so If These Walls Could Talk, that's the album. Listen, I think it was like 6 months ago. We trying to make groundbreaking music. And then we released the mixtape, which was the Lost Tapes, and we promoted it on here.
Shout out.
Yes.
How was the receptiveness?
Lost Tapes was great. We just didn't release the videos yet.
Okay.
Because we just been working on the album, but this is the Lost Tapes right here. So we were saying we're trying to make groundbreaking music, and 6 months later, boom, March 14th. If These Walls Could Talk, watch when you hear it. They said the Lost Tapes was a great body of work. So just anticipate what's gonna happen on Thursday, guys. That's all I can say.
Are you speaking that knowledge on them tapes or what?
Man, of course. What he's speaking is R&B stuff. You know what I'm saying? He's an R&B artist. I'm the conscious artist, but you know what I'm saying? I'm the only feature on the album. You know what I'm saying? So that says something as far as eliteness, and we wanted to show like, yo, this is his his tape. We wanted to show people this is his time, and the only song that I was featured on, it was just only right. So it felt. It's called 911. Just what I'm saying. It's a dope record. Everybody's gonna love it. Listen. This is what's gonna happen. You're gonna play it from track 1 to track 14. It's dropping the 14th. It's track 1 to 14. Listen. He was born on the 14th. Listen, man, we dropping science now.
So you're pushing the 444, you saying?
Now, we're not pushing the 444. The tarot number is 5. So, listen, man, it's going to be
4 plus 1.
4 plus 1. So it's 5, and it's very powerful. This tape, this album, you're going to play it, and it's going to play from, like I said, track 1 to all the way to track 14, and you're going to love it.
But you know the powers of the fours, right?
Um,
Have you guys ever heard the powers of the fours?
briefly, somebody told me about like the 444 is like healing or something like that, or
Well, it has a lot of metaphysical meanings to the letter 4, and there's a lot of power in the letter 4. And they said that a lot of different people are connected to 4s. If you see 4s flash before you a lot in life, like go play the lottery, the chance you might win. I don't know how true it is. Like, you know, it's different for everybody.
okay.
Okay. So guys, do you do business? Like I remember you told me something about that. Regardless, no, you told me something about karate.
Yeah, I will talk about that.
Okay, cool. So what you want to talk about then?
I mean, man, the Hawk Effect, the platform, you know, I pretty much, I had these videos, I had these tapes. I'm a videographer, as I told you, Brooklyn College. I do music, you know, I do a lot of different things, and I was trying to figure out how to answer the question when they say, what do you do? I do like 5 different things. So I said, you know what, why don't I create a platform that shows everything I do, and without holding back, you know? So pretty much I pulled out a time capsule, you know what I'm saying, out the closet. And it's really a time capsule. So I pulled out tapes, VHS tapes, DVD, so I'm showing my age right now. You know, records, albums, posters, pictures that I had for like 20 years ago, you know, and I let it all out. And the Hawk Effect is just, if you follow me on Instagram, you see it, or, you know, at Hawk Williams with a Z at the end. If you hashtag the Hawk Effect, AFFECT, you see the pictures. We had, like, not to give it away, like live mannequins, triple beam scales. We had skelly boards. Like, it was very interactive, you know. And this project actually like got me rejuvenated. Like, I didn't, like, now I'm back rhyming. Now I'm acting. Now I'm producing at a higher different level, a higher different frequency. The Hawk Effect is to restore that frequency. You know, like brother right here, he has an actual, like, package, like, product. You know what I'm saying? Like, we need this. Kids need to read like what's going on. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of kids are just going online, just hearing syllables and words that mean nothing. They stop reading. We're reading packaging. You know what I mean? Like, this is part of, I think, the frequency I'm talking about. You know, restoring that order. You know what I'm saying? That time where hip hop was like clean, positive expression, not just a negative, dull frequency, a demonic wave. You know.
Speaking of frequency, David Banner speaks about that a lot, and he created something called the God Box. I think he called the album the God Box too, where he speaks about multiple different frequencies, and they even say how they infiltrated hip hop. At one time, hip hop was a tool that was used to cause a revolution, or to unite the people and speak about the oppression that blacks was going through and people of color was going through from the different boroughs of New York. You know, some people say hip hop started in the Bronx. So
It did. Definitely.
So shout out to the Bronx for that one. So all these people, they would speak about their struggle, including Tupac. He would speak about his struggle, and all these other people, and then you saw the rags to riches in real time, and the frequency that they was putting out where, okay, you don't have to sell drugs anymore. There's a way that you could use your God-given talent to, you know, create business, not only for you, but for the people around you. But then now we see the other people of different hues came and they infiltrated that same thing, and they turned into a business, and now we back being the slaves.
I think it's part of what Hawk was saying with the metaphor. What is it, metamorphosis?
Yeah.
Because it's like, all right, they put us through a metamorphosis with this, what is indoctrination, right? And they fed us all the stuff like, all right, let me just say this real quick. I saw the definition of indigenous people. There's two definitions. You know how they have 1 and 2. So the first one is indigenous people being the people that were there before anybody came, right? And then 2 was indigenous person that was colonized or conquered, and then tried to be like the conquering people. That's why we have women doing, you know, straight hair, you know,
The wigs now.
I'm not even gonna say black, but as Moorish brothers, you know what I'm saying? You know, you already know. So as Moorish brothers, you know what I'm saying? We trying to go with all these other different European races because we have like a self-hate.
I have to actually sort of cut you off. You're Moor, right?
In a sense, we all are Moors.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah, the color Moor comes from the color brown.
Okay.
well, you know these guys always do it to me, Hawk. Listen, all right, listen. More
Go ahead.
derives from a lot of different things, but more MAUR is the people that originally from Mauritania, and that's in North Africa, Northwest Africa. You know what I'm saying? So, and then they say more from Morocco, you know, or more like Mordo. So I mean, they like Moors is kind of weird because Moors are all over. So Moors are like a part of this interconnected system where like we all brothers. You know what I'm saying? So we all Moors, and it may be different clans and stuff. So that's what it is, you know. And that's just the simplest term. Like if people say black and all this, but it's just been misconstrued. Like you see people saying it in different languages, saying
But I'm saying stuff like you can't be white and be a Moor.
No. There's. I mean, you can't be white anymore because you're not a Moor.
Exactly.
You know what I'm
That's
saying?
my
You're
point.
you're a European. You know what I'm saying? So there's Asiatic races
But then
and European
again,
races.
that gets construed because the original Europeans were not white.
No, the term white and the term Caucasian, that came from basically, you know, from like the 1800s by, you know, these guys who believe on, you know, that the white race was the supreme race and everything like that. But prior before, there was no like white or black, you feel me? There was no such thing like prior before the 15th, 1600s. Yeah,
right. But
yeah.
there was more. So there was something that they were saying. And one thing it is like, right, we getting told
at that time when they would refer to a Moor, would it be more so directed to their religion?
No, so the religion will be Islam.
Yeah, because a lot of them were Muslim.
Yeah.
Because a lot of the Moorish people were Muslim.
Well, we were Muslims. Well, we are Muslims.
Muslim.
Yeah, and you know what I'm saying? They get it like, you know, it's basically Muslim, but Muslim would be for the Asiatic people, which is us. You know what I'm saying? And Muslims is for the infiltrators, the European people that, you know what I'm saying, came in and tried to steal our culture. So, but listen, it's crazy because during the 1700s and like during those times, we think that Europe is like completely like European or Germanic, and it's really not. Like we got a lot of tribes that's out there that I don't want to get into too much semantics, but they started the UK, they started France, they started all those countries. So we the original Afro-Europeans, and then those people just came in, kicked us out, and then there was also some amalgamated Moors that was like the Venetians. I don't want to go too crazy, but the Venetians, those dudes from Italy, yeah. So they wanted to run a whole other thing, and then they just basically acted like the European people were in power, but really they were in power. You know, so they were fooling people and making it think like, oh, these European people were in power, but it was really these Venetians that were controlling stuff and controlling all the banking system. So that's how we get all these banksters now from really us. So it's deep, man. I don't really want to go too deep on it, but like I said, man, it's deep.
But then I also heard something about the Dark Ages. They said that the Dark Ages was around the time when most black people ran the world. That's why they called it Dark Ages.
That's exactly what it was. That's exactly what it was.
You see, but the Dark Ages really affected the European because they were cut off from trade. They were cut off from financial benefits and everything like that.
Too.
Yeah.
And then also, remember, I think the Europeans, I think they were getting a lot of stuff from like Rome and stuff. So a lot of that stuff was cut off. And technically, listen, the Dark Ages was really us living in the castles with lit up castles, and they was in squalor, and they were the third world countries. That's what was reality. You know what I'm saying?
And something happened where the world got flipped upside down.
Exactly. They started conquering and killing us off, and then marrying and intermarrying and getting into the bloodlines and basically taking our birthrights and whatnot. You know, I don't know.
That's biblical, don't you believe?
Oh, it is. That's why those people that are Afro-European connect to the Anu. I think it's Androdites, and the Androdites, they like the high. If you go back to the word Anu, Anu is the high priest. No, Moor is the high priest of Anu, I think. So I got it in my phone, man. But Moor means high priest of Anu. And if you say Anu, they talking about us, the Androdites, the Judahites, from basically the biblical text and all of that. So listen, like I've been piecing a lot of stuff back together, and I figured it out. But I don't want to go too crazy because we can talk all day about it.
But that's basically what occurred in history. They basically said that it was a history told to us backwards. And basically, the people that wrote the textbooks, the people that started the institution of public schools and all these other things, they start these institutions to lie to create a blatant racism. Even from Darwinism, Darwin was a racist.
But that was all late. This stuff that we talking about is all like in the 1900s.
Yeah.
So that's very, very early as far as in our terms, and that just happened like not too long ago.
Yeah, but they still teaching evolution, the Big Bang in school right now, and for you to pass that class, you gotta submit to that nonsense.
I mean, because we go into those schools. We're not creating our own schools. We're not creating our own curriculums. We're not showing our own sciences. We're not teaching our own sciences. So, I mean, you're going to their schools. So
Some of the teachers are not from that community. You know, a lot of teachers don't even live in these areas that our kids grow up in. You know, they go back to the whatever suburban area, or they go back to whatever. So there's an agenda being pushed since way back. You know what I mean? And as you said, it's on us to educate our children and our kids about our history. Like, for example, I didn't learn about I learned about the Holocaust before slavery. I learned about the Haitian Revolution maybe after high school.
There's a big controversy around slavery, basically saying that that after quote unquote the ending of slavery, or towards the ending of slavery, during the late 1800s going into the 1900s, they said that the Census Bureau basically lied, that the Census Bureau wasn't able to count all the indigenous people of America, which included the Native Americans, which were copper-colored people, dark-skinned people, and they couldn't count all of the other people, so it made it seem like the whites was the majority when they weren't. And they said that they basically continued that lie, and the biggest lie was that they shipped all these blacks from Africa to America, but it was like, no, there was a bunch of black colored people already here, and they were the ones that was being, I guess, manipulated and put into slavery, or put into indentured servitude, and then eventually they were freed. But they were saying that basically they took more blacks from America to bring them to other countries. Basically, they're like, look at this exotic person that we got from this land, along with the animals and the plants, and then they would bring them to like Europe. Perfect example, Pocahontas shooting. In the movie Pocahontas by Disney, they make it seem all pretty and stuff, but that guy John Smith, he was basically a colonizer, and he seen this beautiful Indian girl, he took her back to his crib.
There's a real Pocahontas too, so
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? But it's crazy. Like, I'm just gonna say this real quick. We came from over here as Olmecs, you know what I'm saying? We started everything with the Washita Moors. The Washita Moors started the 5 civilized tribes. Out of the 5 civilized tribes, you get all of the different tribes like the Cherokee and all these other different tribes. So yeah, you get all these different tribes. So we were already connected with our Moorish ties of it, and that's why they're trying to hide it, because it's a lot of history that we don't know, and this is our land. Like even with the Louisiana Purchase, like we think that they bought this land from France, and like France didn't own nothing. That was all Washita Moors land. You know what I'm saying? It was like over 1 million acres and stuff like that. So that's a lot of land.
Yeah,
The Haitian Revolution had a lot to do with that.
exactly. And if you ever heard of the Trail of Tears, where they made these black people walk from like Florida all the way to the Middle East. I mean, I said the Middle East, the Midwest. Like they basically walked from Florida all the way to Colorado over there, and they stole all their lands.
So, yeah, facts, man. It's crazy. But that's why, like Hawk said, we in the metamorphosis, and we enlightened now, and we know our history, and we have the internet and cyberspace to connect to ourselves and our culture and to teach our culture. Yo, yeah, see these guys, they like to pull me in.
Do you believe that we're in the age of Aquarius right now? They're saying that basically we're at the.
I think we're not there yet, but I think like sometime 2020, because you know the times always misconstrued or something like that. So yeah, I think it's coming though, or we're in it, or it's coming.
So
And what is the age of Aquarius?
the age of Aquarius basically is going to be when all the black people regain their consciousness, basically, of who they are and what they are, and it'll give them time for them to basically try to take things back. Like one of the things that recently they point to the Breakfast Club. You know, Breakfast Club is somewhat of a face value, it's a black platform, and then now you see all these politicians going there trying to pander to the black people, like, okay, look, we're on the Breakfast Club, we're here for you. But we know that the Democratic Party is not really for people of color at all.
It's a fact.
So basically, the main thing on the agenda for black people is they're asking for reparations, basically, to try to get us back on our feet. Well, it's not going to get us back on. It could help, only because I'll say the Jews got reparations, and it helped them a lot.
I mean, before
You don't think
what
so?
you want to say?
No. Right.
I was gonna say before you could even give, I'm not gonna say black people, because if you don't give black people money, then they're just gonna spend that shit. Excuse me. They're gonna spend that money right back into the economy and not do anything for themselves.
I think it depends.
You give it back to the Moor. You give it back to that Moorish person, that person that's consciously aware. Then they're gonna be like, yo, we got civics, we got rules, we got codes, we gotta establish certain stuff. So you're not gonna spend money on stuff that doesn't matter. You're gonna put the money right. You're gonna invest. You're gonna.
And we're
that's
going to
the
find
type
this
of-
person now.
Find who? Oh, we can find right here. You said the age of Aquarius is when the so-called black male, the more gets consciousness. We all in here conscious. We all talking about culture.
Here's my take, my opinion, right? I think to generalize doesn't give some of these theories, like any valid, solid, proof. I just think that it's on us to enlighten each other. Like when we all get enlightened at one time, like a seminar, and we all, we just come out the woodworks enlightened. Nah, I just think you have to be aware, aware, and you have to. It starts with the food, because you could be enlightened all you want, but if you keep eating burgers and fries and all this grease and like you have all these wild dreams and all this stuff, like you have to clean your body first, clean your mind, to be able to even receive the information, because it's out there, and I think the conversation now is like, how about this? We all know people here that's dying from cancer, right? People that are passing away, and our kids are, are eating all this bad food, getting all this bad literature. The conversation to me now is like, what about the kids? How do we improve their kids? How do we keep? To me, we're all creators. So whether it's more, whether we Islam, we're creators. You know what I mean? And my opinion is some of the information we have is kind of dated or is general. And honestly, like I don't get into that too much. I'm into the creation, and at the same time, get enlightened as I get enlightened. You know what I mean? But I don't take it all as that I'm just this, I'm just that. You know what I mean? I know that I'm going through pain right now, and I need some therapy. And my people need therapy, and I'm glad to be with you brothers, because you guys are inspiring me to keep going. Tell you right now, that's the energy I get right now. From you guys with your podcast, with your music, what you're doing. So love is love. You know what I mean? Love. That was my take on. Maybe I went off from what you want to talk about, but because right now it's like this is a strong platform, and to speak to the kids, because honestly it gets confusing. It's like we came from here, this happened, and Aquarius. I'm like,
that's exactly why.
Yeah, I'm like,
That's why I said, yo, these brothers. Listen.
like, I'm like, nah.
And listen, I don't want to go too crazy with it, because you know how they say with the age of Aquarius and stuff, and you're right with the kids, because the kids, they learn 10 times faster than us, right? So I got access to this, because we get access to this unlocked DNA, or the shadow DNA, right? And once you access that, like, that's why I'm thinking a million things.
Listen,
But
what is the shadow DNA for those who are watching?
See, that's what I'm saying.
And the things that you gotta explain these
well,
things.
The shadow DNA, basically, these scientists, and this is from Russian scientists, I can't remember when it came out, but I researched this like 2 years ago. They put DNA in a vacuum, they shot light into it. When they took the DNA particle out, it was still the remnants of the DNA helix. So they were like, oh, what's that? So then they figured out that was shadow DNA. So, like, when you see Spider-Man and you see, like, when the spider gives him that extra stuff in the that's the shadow DNA unlocking.
Okay.
So that's why he has all those heightened senses and everything.
Okay.
So when you get in tune, like my brother Hawk said was saying, when you get in tune, like you start unlocking those DNAs, and then your senses getting heightened. You get heightened and everything. And like he said, also It's everything. It's food and stuff. Because if you're eating low vibe foods, it's going to stop that frequency. It's going to make your spin, your microcosm spin slow. You know what I'm saying? So then you're not going to receive that energy. But yeah, we were just talking about the shadow DNA, and basically it's something, a particle that it can be a dormant or something that's sleeping, and you see people that's sleeping, right? Mm-hmm. So that's our sleeping DNA, and that's what I was saying.
And the super subconscious mind is a powerful, like whenever they do hypnosis, they tap into that. Mm-hmm. If it gets nothing at all, you know what I mean? And as you're talking about your DNA, you know, now is it okay? If it's Aquarius or it's not, shit, people are dying.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
We can't curse because
Paul, love it.
That's what I hate on you.
Yeah, I was going. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, man.
I'm going TV. I'm sorry about that, brother.
Okay, yeah. So I'm just saying that, you know, a lot of people are dying, or a lot of us are in a real impoverished state, intellectually, physically, spiritually. You know.
Why?
So many different reasons.
Why do you think?
What do I know is hardship. What do I know is fear. What I know is a lot of people have no one to talk to, depressed. They say mental illness. It depends, you know, whether you believe in that or not, or how do you manage, you know, that disease. There's a lot of disease control, not, you know, any cures for anything.
Do you think mental illness is a real thing, or you think it's...
Honestly, I think it is a real thing. I think people, I think some of us have an imbalance, and some of us have real hard trauma that we've never dealt with.
And some people with certain mental illnesses because they think differently from everybody else, but that unlocks, like you said, shallow DNA in different people. Because I met this guy, he's schizophrenic, and you were saying schizophrenic people got special powers. I'm like, what are you talking about? And he started naming all the things that schizophrenic people could do that regular people can't do.
Like what?
He could say, he said schizophrenic people can read minds.
Word?
That's why they hear voices. That's what he claims. And like, I know he was studying a lot of different stuff. Like he studies like both sides, like the devil, evil books, and the good books at the same time. Because he said you gotta feed both sides of your body. Some people believe that too, like the yin and the yang, for their own balance, their own personal balance.
I mean, that was kind of in Doctor Strange with the lady, but just to segue off what Hawk was saying, like you asking why do we not know, right? Because like we don't have organizations, we don't have tribes, we don't have people to show us the code. And what I came up here was to talk about was the podcast, and my coach and my partner, they crime with the podcast that we're doing as far as in partnership. We're doing this. I'm doing the media for him and everything. But he started the Rise of the Black Warrior, and basically what that's about is basically giving a set of certain codes so that you can operate at the optimal level for this. Because we're in this new world, right? We're in 2019, and we need a new type of operating system. So these are the codes that are going to get you to that new operating system. And it's a system that, like you said, it's a brotherhood. You can call brothers up. You could be like, it's an accountability type thing where yeah, like Hawk could call me and he'll be like, yo, I want to do this. And I'll be like, yo, I'm about to do this. And then 2 weeks later, we call each other because we ain't part of the tribe. And
So it's a network.
it's a network, but it's geared to the Black Warrior, the Black Warrior King, because like we said, we kings and we're trying to uprise, right?
Do you think that's similar to the Masons? Like Nas ever said, because if I'm on the run, there's lodges all across the nation where they protect one another. I'm not talking about the Freemasons as in the people that do the secret society thing. I'm talking about the Freemasons on the lower level where they claim it's a brotherhood for any man that has his own personal religion. What you guys think?
So I don't want to get into too much depth with that, but it's a brotherhood, and with all the Mason stuff, like basically that, all that Illuminati stuff, that's just secondary. But the first is the science.
Yeah, of course.
The heavy science that's the code.
Yeah, and the Masons followed the Moorish science.
That's exactly what we're talking about. So
And they
now
said
we
that
gotta give ourselves the code back.
They said every Mason trying to be a Muslim son.
That's why they my son. Mason.
Yeah.
So that's why we trying to teach our brothers the code so that we can get the upper up on everything. Like if you and this is not to target any ethnicity or ethnic group, but like if you look at the Jews, they have their own school systems. You don't know what they're being taught in the schools. You don't know what's going on.
Same thing with the Arabic.
Well, to a certain extent, but yes. And this is and then so why is it a problem for us to do it? Why is it a problem for us to teach our own? And this is what
We lack the funding. That's our biggest problem.
Well, how do we lack funding? Like, I mean, we got $1 million brands on right now. We got money, and it's just about the mind shift of just like the codes to be like, yo, if we all said we could spend this much money, like they say, black people spend like what $1 billion, what is it, $1 billion a year on stuff like that.
But the thing is,
or $1 trillion a year. Like that can be redirected, you know.
the two main words that we gotta focus on is currency and circulation. Right now, our circuit is kind of broken because of where our currency is going. An example of that would be Black Wall Street and Tulsa, Oklahoma, right? Where the black dollar circulated within that community for days. And because the currency was circulating, people got a flow of energy, which gave them self-pride, self-awareness, and self-love. Because that currency was so strong. And they couldn't, so they came in and they burned it down, they broke the current. And since then, we haven't really had a Black Wall Street where our money is flowing, currency is flowing, and we have a strong current that's going on.
I think now everything is geared towards like individualism. You know what I mean? It's like in our community, it's an I thing. I, what I have, what I, you know what I'm saying, what I can do, or it's kind of like a survival of the fittest mentality, and it's hurting us, you know, in a large scale. And as you were saying, it is on us, the forefront, to create these networks and these groups, these brotherhoods. Like, I don't know what other people are doing as far as like other we said Illuminati, or what did you say before? The Freemasons. Like, I don't know what they're doing in their, you know, in their sector, in their lodges, you know. Well, we know what's going on, you know. But it's on us, like, to cultivate the youth and ourselves, man. And one thing we don't really have, I feel, is mentorship. Growing up, I didn't have a mentor. No, sorry. My mentor committed suicide. Shout out to Keith Hines, rest in peace. You know, so now in life I have many mentors, and it's actually guiding me, you know, in the area, in the shape to success. You know, and I think that in the black community we need more mentors, brothers like us, you know, to show kids that, yo, you can do more than one thing. You don't gotta just be rapping or playing ball, or hey sister, you don't gotta just be a nurse, or, you know, nah, you can do 5 different things. You know, while you have that energy, you know, while you have, that fire under you, you know, and mentorship, even how to spend the money, how to create wealth, you know, how to circulate it back in the community.
No, you're right. Like I said, man, we're too we're too selfish, man. It needs to be we, not me, myself, and I. A lot of times people get plugs, people get opportunities, they keep it for themselves. They don't want to share it. You know what I'm saying? So I agree with you 1,000% on that, my brother. I agree. It needs to be a we mindset. You know what I'm saying? But you about to say something, brother? Go ahead.
Yeah, that's why I was saying that we need more tribe-like organizations like Rise of the Black Warrior King, and you know what I'm saying? Because, like I said, the dude who runs it is LaRaw Smalls. You gotta check him out on Facebook. LaRaw Smalls. It's the Rise of the Black Warrior King podcast. He does this. I can't remember. Like I think it's like almost every other day with the podcast. He puts up one every day or the other day. But like, he's teaching us. He's giving us codes, right? This is his business. We at KRS-One at the last event. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're doing things to give experiences to people that never had these experiences. Then we got a master sermon from KRS. Like, he was spitting some knowledge, and I know you wouldn't want to be there.
Hell yeah.
So this is what
This
is what LaRaw Smalls can do. This is what we doing, right? And then what he's teaching is not just like, yo, I'm gonna bring a couple of brothers. What he's teaching is like, yo, I'm gonna bring a couple of brothers, and I want these brothers to be just like me, and I want these brothers to bring more brothers just like them to be just like them. And this is how we become stronger. This is how we become bigger, because the reason why he even started this, he went to WarriorCon, which was it's not an all-white event, but it was basically all European guys in there. And he was an outcast. He's like, damn. I don't want to talk too much, but he spent 10 racks. I think it was 10 racks or something, or I think a little more, but it was like 10,000, something like that, to go to this event. And what he got was the knowledge to be able to start the Rise of the Black Warrior King. So sometimes it takes some type of piece of change to get some knowledge too. Like the most
Knowledge
craziest,
not free.
yeah, and then the most craziest books that have our knowledge about America is like 20 bands. Like, you know what I'm saying? You're gonna spend 20 bands. I don't know the title of it, but you're gonna spend 20 bands on a book? No. But if we started doing this and 20 years later, we like, damn, nah, I gotta get that
Just
book.
like the real Bible is hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Yeah, so I mean, but why? Because it's some type of knowledge in it.
Some people like the real
Some type
Bible.
of
What's
code.
this guy talking about?
Nah, it's some type of code though.
Yeah. The real Bible, for those that don't know, is the first and second and third and fourth edition of the Bible written in the original Aramaic language and the original Latin language after it was translated from Aramaic. Certain schools, like the rich schools like Harvard, Yale, a couple Oxford, those schools, they have copies of these that was donated to them by the rich Anglo-Saxon Protestant Catholic
What is it?
white male.
What is it? Is it the Geneva one or which one? Yeah.
That I don't remember.
Because I heard that the Geneva one talks to us like on some like, yeah, they, you know, it says the real names for us and everything. So, but this Bible stuff, man, it's all about us. You know what I'm saying? You just have to. It's the mind shift. They made a mind shift and they made you think, yo, you came from Africa. But there's only 15% of people that came from Africa, and not saying we're not African. We're just saying that from that voyage of slavery and that business transaction.
But real quick, right? If a South African of Dutch or German descent, but he was born and raised in South Africa, he comes to America, isn't he an African American now?
You talking about like a European?
Yeah, but from South Africa of European descent. Like, say for example, someone is of Dutch descent, but they were born in South Africa, then he moved to America.
Well, that could be all semantics as well too, because like when they say Christopher Columbus was looking for India, India was not India. India was Hindustan. So right there, they lied. So first off, we call ourselves Africans. We're not Africans. You know what I'm saying? The man who wrote about Africa, Northwest Africa, was, I think he was Berber, and he was Berber, which is African. So the Europeans are going to be like, yo, this dude, Africa, wrote this book or whatnot, and that's what they're going to call the Africans, or the so-called people of Ethiopia, or whatever you will call them, Nubia, or whatever. You know, so that's
in the Bible, did they call them Egyptians?
Yeah, they're going to put their own spin to it.
Yeah, they like these Egyptians.
Or Ethiopia, or Kush,
Yeah, so
or Akibalan.
so we know the real names.
Yeah.
But I want, this is a little off topic, I want to just promote my podcast
I said more.
that I'm doing with LaRod Smalls. So he's doing the Rise of the Black Warrior King podcast, and that's like the first little thing that we're working on. But we're doing the podcast at it's at 1704 Flatbush Avenue. Basically talking about topics like this. We're talking about positive stuff. Like it's not about like, you know, I guess like, I ain't gonna try to say no names, but it's not about, you know, the negativity. It's all about positivity. If you're talking about culture, you're trying to uplift your people, you can do your podcast with us. You know what I'm saying? You can reach out to us. Just hit us up on LaRod Smalls. I think LaRodSmalls.com. I think you can reach out to them in the emails there, and on Facebook, LaRod Smalls.
So when can they watch it at?
So right now, it's for him. You can go to LaRod Smalls and you can just watch it on there. He's got his podcast there.
It's on Facebook?
Facebook?
It's on Facebook.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, but as far as with it's called the workshop for our podcasting shows. We didn't start the series yet as far as uploading and all that. We just started doing audio first. We didn't do visuals yet because, you know, as far as what people want to, as far as pricing and what they want to do. If they want to just do audio, they'll do audio. If they want to do audio and visual, they'll do audio and visual. So that's what we offer as far as services.
So you're selling the service, you're saying?
Yeah, we sell services there. We basically we're on Peerspace. I don't know the link. I didn't get it from the assistant on time. But we're on Peerspace. You can rent the studio space. We also have office space if you want to do like seminars or stuff like that, or just like meetings with brothers and you want to just like, you know, say powerful meetings. So we offer that as well. But what I'm promoting is podcasting because that's the services that I promote as far as engineering.
Oh,
Yeah.
right. So if they want to get with the real word, tell them holla at us.
Yo, definitely. I was thinking about telling him to come up here. You know what I'm saying? That'd be dope.
Joe's welcome.
Thank you.
And we also looking for grant writers for the 501c3. You know, we could pay you on commission. We could pay you, excuse me, an hourly base. It depends on how good and great your skills is. So when you come through, show and prove. We want to see your background information, how good you are, how long you've been doing it. And, you know, we're just trying to build the brand and build the business. Shout out to everybody that's been supporting us and that helped us get this far on paper. We're also starting something special, and we can't talk about that part as of yet, still in the making, close to fruition. But, you know, we're just working on investments and growing the people, showing, you know, every time I walk into a place like a bank or I walk into like a notary or a law office, I'm like, yeah, I'm the executive director of a company. You look at me like, what? Like, is this guy serious?
You know, there's a misconception for black men, you know?
Yeah. Or like when I went in the bank, like, yeah, I'm here to open up a business account. They're like, business account for who? I said, for myself and for my company. They was like, what? Then I pull out this big folder with all this paperwork, and they're like, wow, like, this guy's for real.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
We also want to let people know that we also looking for people who know how to fundraise for us, because like I said, we have a lot of initiatives that we want to do for the community. We want to empower the community and touch the community in different ways and ways that show the love of God. So anybody who knows people who know how to fundraise, let us know. We really need that, and we really want to make that happen, seriously.
And I want to actually add different services that I could provide. So I'm like the glue, pretty much. If you're looking, I'll talk about it. If you're looking to get down with African martial arts, not for sport. You know, this is for grit, determination, and survival. Contact me directly. If you're looking to learn how to start your own business, basically I have resources that I want to share to the world.
That's love.
You know,
What it's about.
if you're looking for engineering, if you're looking for a gallery space, if you're looking for physical fitness, if you're looking for, shout out to makeaplay.org. I'm a member of Make a Play, and we do I'm the strength and conditioning coach for makeaplay.org. So if kids play basketball and they want to get that grit, that toughness, you know, that determination, you know, talk to us. Also, I was in Haiti last year. Shout out to cleanhandsforhaiti.org. We raise funds out there. We have a school out there in Carrefour Bisonton. You know, we have a school out there. Shout out to A&M Sports, my brothers, Ray and Dre. If you're looking to help out with Haiti, right now Haiti's in a real bad state, as you know.
What's going on in Haiti?
You know, there's like it's chaos.
There was a money that was I think Venezuela gave us money, and I think what happened was
How much?
over $1 million, and I think what happened was, you know, unfortunately politicians took money. I think it's very unfortunate what happened.
They took all of it?
And you're supposed to actually
Get the lights up, get the
yeah.
electricity up and running, and get a lot of things up and running and everything like that. And I feel like it's sad because, you know, as the first independent black African country to fight for its independence, I feel like Black Republic. I feel like we need to really like focus on the people and really focus on building people. It makes no sense. 2019, there's no lights. There's no 24 hours, 7 days a week lights. It's sad that that people don't have clean water. It's sad that teachers and lawyers and professionals cannot make money. You know, it's really sad. And I feel like
Kanye will go to Haiti and give them some energy.
Or we step in and not wait. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
we are cleanhandsforhaiti.org. We on the front lines. I was there last year. You know, we went to Carrefour Bisonton. We did their first festival. We're feeding kids out there. We got computers. We have doctors going out there. We have dentists out there right now. You know, doing work on these kids.
That's what it's about.
You know,
That's what it's about.
we're on the front lines right now. You know, so I do a lot of different things. I'm a jack of none, master of all. And reach out to me at Hawk Williams with a Z at the end on Instagram. Hawk Williams with an S on Facebook. I know, right? And hey, talk to me directly, everybody. I give them my number. Hey, man, 646-286-8021. And, you know, there's a lot of people out there that are depressed and maybe contemplating suicide, hold on. Reach out. Call me directly. I did an actual teen basic workshop, and we had this drill. It was a drill called crossing the line, and we asked these kids how many people ever slit their wrists, step up. Like more than 20 kids, less than like 15 years old, 14 years old. He said, how many people have contemplated suicide? More than 20 kids. That's scary.
A lot of work to do, man.
Yeah, man. So shout out, it's Hawk Williams, and I'm here for the people and the kids, man. We here, love is love. Yes, and the Hawk Effect. Hashtag the Hawk Effect with an A, and that's my metamorphosis. I hope to see you brothers there, at our exhibition. My next show is in 3 weeks. The date is March. What's that? March? No, sorry. 3 weeks will be April 6th. There we go. Saturday, April 6th. All right. So just contact me directly. Go on my Facebook, my Instagram, and love is love. Your brothers, I'm inspired. Listen, I'm real with you. I'm very inspired. Just talking to you, I'll say about. I mean, little things like that. We need, like each one teach one. And brother, you're doing music. You have great energy. And I'm glad I'm here, man. Love is love, bro.
Can I say one thing really quick? I was talking about Haiti. My boy, he's Haitian. I basically say I'm Haitian. I was born in DR.
Like I said.
I don't speak Creole, but you know what I'm saying? I know one thing, though. Nous pensons ensemble.
We all think the same.
Right, word.
We all think the same.
Facts. So reach out to Jojo. His page is LHAITIEN_LOJO. Look, he's starting a scholarship for Haiti. You know what I'm saying? He's doing like the first place winner is $500, second place is $300, and third is $200. You know what I'm saying? So he's trying to give back to Haiti. You know what I'm saying? He's trying to do something. Like this is out of his pockets. Just like you guys are doing something with the real word. Look, listen. Each one teach one, right? This is how we do it. And then I just wanted one more shout out. We just got on shout outs to Hudson Valley Magazine and for the photo op, and also shout out to Sabrina Sakudo for the photo op of the 10 to the 6 brand, which B-Mob was performing that night at Pomeko, and it was in January 17th when this came out in the entertainment section online, Hudson Valley Magazine. So shout out to Sabrina Sakudo, and yeah, we back.
10 to the 6 is what, $1 million?
It's infinity, baby. It equates to $1 million. But it's infinity to us, you know what I'm saying? That's what they said. And then also when they put it on any garment, it rendered it royal. So when you wear it, it symbolizes royalty. That's a slogan, So shout out again, Sabrina Sakudo. She reemerged my energy this year. So that was great.
So you saying she reemerged your energy? Do you feel like energy falls sometimes? Like people share lives?
Yeah, man. Listen. Like Hawk said, listen, I went through a little minor depression. I'm real, so I'm gonna tell you. You know what I'm saying? I went through many depressions, so I know people go through depressions many times, and it can be through planetary stuff too. But I know it's mental as far as sometimes when my money is low, I feel like damn son, I'm angry. You know what I'm saying? But when my money is high, when I got like a G up. And I ain't got to worry about the rent, and I got money, and I got food in the crib, and bills are paid, and we could focus on the business, and we I could spend like $300 on 10 to the 6, or I could do this. It feels good. So
it's circulating.
That's the energy. You know what I'm saying? So we go through depression because of the system. We don't know how to control ourselves with the codes and everything. Even LeRoy was like, yo, you shouldn't even be sad with no money. And I'm like, excuse me. I'm like, listen, bro, what you mean? You know what I'm saying? We all got problems, and you know what I'm saying? You got paper. So I ain't got that yet. I'm trying to be the businessman, and he took me to the event, and these dudes was like, yo, you got to set a little, you know how they say, rock bottom or rock top or something like that. They was like, yo, if it's $1,000, if it's $100,000, if it's $10,000, once you get below that, you got to be like, oh. And that was from Kelly Curtis. I gotta say the names, you know what I'm saying? Because these are powerful brothers, you know what I'm saying? This dude, he said, yo, I was sitting next to him, we talking about the same thing we talking about right now, and my bank account was on probably 200, and his was say 100,000, but we still was connecting like the same people. So, you know what I'm saying? It's not about money, It's about the mind state. You know.
And to add, I want to talk about this depression state. Let's call it the darkness, right? When you understand the darkness and how powerful the darkness is, you start to embrace the pain a little bit more, and then you have gratitude. You know what I mean? Now, you got that? You got me? You got me? The darkness, everybody. When you start to, like, why am I going?
And what is the darkness?
Okay. The darkness is. I can't go left on you. The darkness is. I gotta go left. The dua. Now I'm learning about this now, right? The dua. The dua is to say where the. Wow, they got me. All right, now where does the sun sleep at night? All right, where do our souls sleep? All right, the darkness. How are seeds sprouted? Right, in the darkness, in the dirt. Where are babies born? In the darkness. You know what I mean? So beauty comes out of the dark. Now that's metamorphosis. You know what I'm saying? Mitochondria. What's the other? I'm about to lose it. But just to say this, I'm still learning about the darkness and my pain, and my eye.
Facts.
And you embrace it.
What is Mahat?
But you wanna go? Yeah.
No, what is Mahat?
All right, my.
He was talking about
Yeah.
on
I
the
mean,
show.
yeah. You got. You know what?
That song was "The Loving God, Me and My Eye."
All right. So you ever see that symbol of a lady?
Like almost looking like this, but it's my eye.
No,
Basically, with
it's
her
not
neck,
like
but
this.
with her arms out.
My eye is like almost like a set of rules that right. So I can know. I'm learning this now, fellas. So it's reciprocity, harmony, righteousness, love. Pretty much, my eye is a set of rules and laws that brings harmony.
Exactly.
But at the same time, my eye is protected by Haru and the hawk. This is Hawk right here speaking to you. And when you start to learn more about my eye, people call it karma. We say my eye. You start to learn about the balance, and you understand about the darkness. Like, okay, we go through this pain, but for a new day. We go through this pain for new life, for new birth. We go through this pain for a reason. We're strong, resilient people. So I say, hold on, everybody, hold on. Like, you know, hold on. It is another day. You know what I mean? If you allow to, if you choose to, you know. So back to the depression and the darkness, I'm learning to embrace it. At the same time, I'm learning to clean my chakras. Stop lying to yourself. Do you really want to be with that lady? Does she really want to be with you? Are you having unprotected sex with more than one person? Be careful. It comes back. Ma'at, reciprocity. What you give is what you get.
That's facts.
And it might not be nice when it comes back.
That's a fact.
You know, so I'm learning about that pain, and I'm breathing through it. You know what I mean?
That's a fact.
Yeah, man. You know, so little love, man. I'm glad I'm here, man. I'm glad I'm here.
That's real.
Yeah, man. Hawk Williams. Go ahead. Follow me at Hawk Williams with a Z at the end. I'm trying to get, my followers up a little bit. So who's online? Is it across the world?
It's across the world. It's
Everybody.
Everybody's watching.
So peace to everybody in Germany, everybody in Amsterdam, everybody in Africa, everybody in Miami, everybody everywhere, wherever they at, Japan, China. Love is love. We here. And one thing I want to say is I am looking for art gallery spaces. You know what I mean? But for interactive art, not just putting art on walls. Like I'm talking about space, upstairs, downstairs, dynamic stuff, man. Like having a Skelly game or something like that. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Yeah.
I think
Go ahead, man.
IENVY Posh Beauty. She says, "What's up to Barry?" Who's Barry? Hey, say what up to you. Yeah, go right ahead.
How you doing? How you doing?
Yeah.
Much love. Cause you know it's like my third time now, so you know me now. I feel like a star. But listen, Hawk been saying some deep stuff, and I think that's
Hawk's been frying because he been holding back. It's like
Well-
he has the knowledge. Every time he want to say something, he hold back. He pull back. Why?
It's not. To be honest with you, all right. To be clear and clean, right? Sometimes I have a speech impediment, that plays in my head. 1, 2, some of the information that maybe going back and forth, I may not really agree with, but because I don't have all the information, I kind of still assessing. You know what I mean?
It's all good.
And yeah, and 3, but the hawk always appears. Hawk always appears, you know, and I'm coming more out of my nest, out of my shell, you know, as a person. As I said, like sometimes I wouldn't even come out here, you know what I mean? But I'm out here, you know, so I'm getting better at it, and I'm here for the people, and I'm learning to step into my purpose. And to be honest, some of the information I don't know. So if I don't know, you know, like
It's all good.
I know pieces of it, so I'm like, okay,
It's all good.
you know,
so,
yeah.
It's all good. But definitely, any closing thoughts?
What I've always said is like this show is like a doorway. It's like a window, you know,
Facts.
and it's a window that always allows people to walk through, and people coming in real time. And when they come in, they get to speak about things that usually are not said publicly. So when we speak about it, it's like my brother Hawk. Today's the very first time I'm meeting him, but I'm meeting him in real time in front of everybody, and we having a real dialogue
Facts.
that's genuine. You understand? Like we don't have no scripts, so we just talking.
But they think it's script, but it's no scripts.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And there's a lot of energy that's gravitating towards the show, and we're pushing what, like I would say 80 episodes almost. So and we still going, pushing it over a combined over 1 million views.
Yeah.
So I just want to thank, we just want to thank everyone for all the support and all the love. You know,
Facts.
it's not easy to continue to do this every day. You know, and it takes a lot of discipline and a lot of commitment. But I know that, you know, to all the people that's watching and supporting, we love you because you love us. You understand? And love is love, like Hawk was saying.
Love is love always.
Yeah, so, you know, and if you want to show even more love, donate to the GoFundMe, www.gofundme.com/therealword. GoFundMe.com/therealword. You guys close the doors?
Closing thoughts is like lead with love. You know, I think if you have any loved ones or friends or cousins and they have children and have kids, now's the time to really set some time for like family time as a group. You know, and as I'm thinking right now, and we spoke about my aunt a little bit, learning to forgive is key. Having your heart as light as a feather is key to ascend, you know. So, you know, holding all these gripes with people or having negative energy towards someone or not forgiving weighs you down, man. Breathe, man. Let your heart be light as a feather and you will ascend, you know what I mean? And also, and last thing I'll say is this: we all have vices that may never go away, but it's on you to subdue it. Because if you don't control this lower half of your body right here, how far could you ascend? You know, eat cleaner. You know, love is love. You know, always.
And with that being said, I'm just gonna close off as. Back in the day when we was the chiefs over here, to be a chief, you had to go through that discipline so that you could get that spiritual connectivity to get to that next ascension level, you know? So that's what I'm going to close with.
Guys, please, we're looking for fundraisers. We're looking for people who know how to fundraise money. So we have a lot of causes that we want to do, and we want your help and your love and your contribution. So we're going to have a word of prayer. Father, we pray that you may continue to lead us and guide us in the direction that you want us to go. We thank you for these positive brothers. Keep us in your presence, in your bosom. In Jesus' name we do pray. Amen.
Amen, right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Follow us on Instagram at therealwordtv. That's at therealwordtv. Follow us on Instagram at therealword 7. That's therealword 7. Not the number 7. Just put 7. Therealword 7. And subscribe to the YouTube at youtube.com/C for channel /therealwordtv. That's www.youtube.com/C for channel /therealwordtv. And you can also email us at therealword@gmail.com. That's therealwordtv@gmail.com. Good night, everybody. Peace, love, chicken grease.